What's going on, everybody? I'm Mr. Bitcoin Maxi. We're all Bitcoin Maxi. So right now, Bitcoin is at a critical crossroads, okay? And it's important to understand. In this video, I'm going to break it down why. Now, you might be asking, is this the right time to buy Bitcoin? Is October a good time to buy Bitcoin? I'm glad you might have asked. Well, right now, we're seeing institutional adoption. It's no longer Bitcoin is a speculative asset, okay? It's a store of value, and banks are also actually embracing it. For example, we see the global context where central banks are reacting to years of money printing and inflation, okay? Institutions are now treating Bitcoin as a strategic reserve and not just speculation, okay? Pension funds, insurance firms, even governments are quietly buying Bitcoin. So it's important to understand that that's the global context of things right now. Institutional adoption is growing as well, which adds stability to the network and legitimacy ultimately of Bitcoin's image. Okay. Now, some people might be asking, well, is it a good time to time the market? Some people might be wondering, is it a good time to wait while Bitcoin is pretty much like rallying right now? And the question you have to ask yourself is, what if there is not a crash that was going to come? What if the correction never comes? This isn't like previous cycles, as you have all might have heard. And we see that the money printing is consistently happening, and governments are actually trying to get as much gold and silver as they can right now, as well as they're quietly allocating Bitcoin. And on chain technical insights also show that people are taking their Bitcoin to cold storage. So it also shows that a lot of people aren't even wanting to trade it right now. A lot of people are actually taking it offline, putting it into cold storage wallet because they plan on holding it. It's seen as a asset now and a form of a medium of exchange ultimately, okay? And so I want you all to think about this. The importance of making sure that you get in, even if the price is 124, even if the price is 115, even if it goes down to 98, at least dollar cost averaging, which none of this is financial advice, of course, you all know that, but understanding that having a position in the market is better than trying to time the market. You can never time the market, okay? And so you have to understand that accumulation happens with dollar cost averaging. And accumulation happens when you don't have to be in a position to sell your Bitcoin. It's not about hype anymore, okay? Bitcoin is not about hype. It might have been about hype in the past, but right now we are in different waters with Bitcoin. It's about being a safe asset that people want, and it's rapidly growing, okay? Bitcoin is proving itself in crisis resilience, is what I call it. Now, look what's going on around the world. Everything, to my opinion, around the world is just going to complete chaos. And people right now are running to gold and silver. And it's, in my opinion, only a matter of time until Bitcoin is going to overtake gold. Now, whether it's in the next decade, whether it's in the next half a decade, in 5 years, in the next 2 decades, we don't know. But at the same time, what we do know is Bitcoin is going to make us very wealthy as long as we don't sell our Bitcoin. All right. And so, in my opinion, everything leads to Bitcoin being the ultimate store of value in the world. Nobody wants, I mean, there's people that are buying gold, but nobody wants gold when they start realizing how Bitcoin works. Because, in my opinion, Bitcoin can go on my ledger. I can go on a plane with it, okay? And nobody knows how much I have. And whereas gold, if I have bags of it or a big box of it, then it might raise some questions. Or there was another news thing the other day I seen where a lady went on a plane and all of her jewelry was taken out of a bag because she put her bag up and there was no over this her seat, there was no baggage available. So then she had to put it somewhere else on the plane, and then it was gone. So for example, that's one way. Whereas a ledger, you can just literally put it in your pocket instead of putting a bunch of gold and jewelry or whatever that might not fit in your pocket or might be too much, or you know, at the same time, it just might be enough to where you can put a little ledger in your pocket instead of this big old bag of jewelry, and it's all, I guess, bulging out of your pocket, and it's uncomfortable, for example. And there's a lot of economic uncertainty. Okay, so inflation and fiat devaluation driving new investors to Bitcoin because they will be allocating if they believe in gold and silver. There's a lot of people that are also diversifying into Bitcoin now. Even gold and silver bugs are starting to get into Bitcoin. And so it's important to understand that trying to time the market, even if it's Bitcoin is at 122, 123,000, even when we get to 150,000 and we might have a correction down, it's important to understand that having a place in the market, okay, having a position and continuously dollar cost averaging and not getting left behind and getting more poor is what it's really about. All right. So I wanted to come on and make this video and talk about this. I thought it was a very important video to make because we can never time the market. But what we need to understand is we want to get as much Bitcoin as we possibly can. And I always tell you all, don't stress about trying to, don't lose sleep over trying to get as much Bitcoin as you can. You think you don't have enough. Most of the world's not even on Bitcoin right now. So having a plan is very important, and making sure that you're in a position where you can at least put something away every day, every week, every month is better than procrastinating on it and not doing it. And all of a sudden the price is running away and it's getting harder and harder to build wealth for the long term because you're not getting as much Satoshis for your dollars, whatever currency that you're converting it to. So like I said, I want to come on and make this video. I thought it was very important. And thank you all for the love and support. Let's shoot for 1,500 subs. Actually, it's the 4th of the month. We still got a whole month. I'm hoping I get to 2,000 subs by the end of the month. And if you made this far, thank you for not clicking off. I appreciate each and every one of you. The more you all engage with the content, the more we can reach more people and I can educate more people. We can grow more of a community here at Bitcoin Maximalists. Again, thank you all for the love and support. Mr. Bitcoin Maxi. We're all Bitcoin Maxis. Have a good day.